Muscata, and I am an undocumented student in Guilford County. So I would like to address this question to you guys. The Say Yes is a great scholarship, but why are undocumented students like me who have attended Guilford County schools since kindergarten get excluded from this great opportunity? To add to this, I understand the many controversies that are going on, but I would like to get answered today. How do you feel about this and the added barrier of not being allowed to pay in-state tuition? Do you think this should change, and how?
Thank you. Just general context, if you're not aware, the Say Yes is a nonprofit and it's come to Guilford County. It's going to provide last gap dollar scholarships for students who can't afford the whole bill. However, the nonprofit requires a federal financial aid form in order to qualify. And because undocumented students are not allowed to use the federal financial aid form, the nonprofit at this point is not including them in the scholarship. So at this time, I guess we'll start with Susan. If you would like to discuss that.
I do think you should be included, and more than that, I think that the state, the state can act to let undocumented students take advantage of in-state tuition, and I think they should. I think that they absolutely should do that. Other states have done that. And I would really like to see North Carolina open up that opportunity for undocumented students. I've met a lot of people in your situation, very dedicated students who they want to go out and be productive. They want to go and be doctors and lawyers and pursue careers, and they just hit this brick wall, and it's wrong, and I think it's wrong. In terms of Say Yes, I see the kind of box that they're in a way, because they start with the standard of the box. So I never can say that right. I hate that thing. Have you ever tried it? So they're in sort of a weird position, but it is in their power to change that rule. Of course, again, that means they got to raise a lot more money, and it increases the just sort of the size of the program pretty significant. But the answer your question. Yes.
Since the beginning, we covered in Que Pasa everything about Say Yes. Since the beginning, we asked, it's going to cover all the students, because that was the what they say. All the students in Guilford County will have the chance to have the last dollar for education. We asked that question, and they told us yes. And then they said no. But later on, and I think it's not fair at all, because there was a lot of excuses about it, even though they knew that we have a significant amount of students that are undocumented right now in Guilford County. Right now we have more than 7,000 students enrolled in the Guilford County schools, and they've been here almost all their lives. And why they cannot have the chance to just keep studying and be productive in this community? So we must support the undocumented students to have in-state tuition and be part of Say Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. I probably to the detriment of my ability to be an unbiased reporter, I've never understood the position of wanting to deny benefits to undocumented people, particularly young people. I just think it's callous and cruel and counterproductive to society as a whole to have a class of young people growing up without access to education. It goes against every precept of what a successful society is. So I think that the Say Yes scholarship should be available to undocumented students, and I feel the same way about in-state tuition should be available to undocumented students as well.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise, I agree with everything that's been said here already. Additionally, though, I think that I'm particularly frustrated because I grew up mostly on military bases, and my dad was a career Marine. And over the course of my growing up on military bases, I met a number of Marines who were not documented citizens, but were allowed to join the Marine Corps and work toward their citizenship. You know what I mean? So, my thought is, if you can, if you can in uniform go and risk your life for, and in many cases give your life for your country, why in the world have we not been able to figure out some system whereby people who want to go to college and do something that we, beg everybody in this country to do, educate themselves and better themselves, they're willing to do that. Why in the world can't we figure this out? It seems like a curve this high. And I think it's largely a political problem, and the way to fix that is you vote. If you can't vote, you got to register people to vote, you encourage family members to vote, friends to vote, and you make this an issue that politicians have to respond to.
Well, it's another issue. I agree that it should have the opportunity. Another issue of disadvantaging people of color, whether you're brown, black, or yellow. That's what it boils down to. Without getting into detail, I don't have 1 minute, but he stated it with the military as an example. Until you get political power or financial power, he who owns the gold make the rules. And so at the end of the day, there's a reason that when you file an EEOC complaint, there are 5 areas that you can file based on statistical data as to how people have been discriminated against. One of them is national origin, and that would apply to Hispanics. And of course, race is one, and sex, etc. Again, you have to challenge these things. You have to go out and vote. You have to put the right people in place that make those decisions, and make those decisions in the best interest of the community and the country. As you know, Hispanics contribute. Look, if you pull, as one of the presidential candidates, if you pull Hispanic population, 11 million or whatever he's talking about, Trump that is, out of America, this whole economy would collapse.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So you deserve the opportunity just like anyone else.
Very good.
Thank you so much for your feedback.
Thank you very much. We'll definitely have more